When's the last time you cried? And what for? My first child was born this morning. A little bit this morning. Probably overthinking stuff with my car. Depression is amazing. Right now. Feeling unhappy in my relationship. Writing this with a tear-stricken face right now. Nursing school stress almost on a weekly basis. When my childhood dog died, we had to put him down because he had a fat tumor pressing on his windpipe. And at 17 years old he wouldn't have had enough time to make the surgery worth it. Off-topic question. Why am I not allowed to place a question myself? I constantly getting an automatic mod response. Rule 2. Rule 3 etc. Can maybe someone putting me in the right direction? Peas. Sorry for the inconvenience at oxygen monophosphide folded hands light skin tone. A couple of months ago at my wedding, when I saw my 2 childhood friends looking at me crying as I went out of the church with my wife, also a childhood friend of us, last evening at church, felt God's presence and was marveled by him. Yesterday my mom has health issues and keeps saying she wants to die. The truth? I read a sad fanfic where the guy died at the end. 73 fucking chapters only to have the guy die. This afternoon watching the Queen travel along the Royal Mile in Edinburgh. It was shots of Princess Anne that got me. Just thinking about a daughter losing her mother. Yesterday, I was cutting some onions. All the above. Because I live as such. Watched Everything Everywhere all at once. I cry every day, it's sorta my thing. Getting a pretty hard to get certification. After studying for 6 months 2 to 3 hours every day after 8 to 10 hours of work. Watching Matt Smith's Regeneration yesterday. About a week ago on my bed, because I wanted to disappear out of the world because I hate myself. Last night. Still sad from the breakup in June. Work pressure. Car picked up a nail recently. Didn't do anything all day yesterday. Sad episode of DS9. Hard time. 3 days ago. I'm finally on vacation from work for 20 days and my brother is traveling and asked me to take care of his dog for 9 days. Usually, I would love to. But after a year waiting for a rest and after a huge burnout that put me into meds. That's a fucking unfair move by universe. Lol. It's so dumb, but it's the damn Black Panther 2 trailer and I am not even the biggest Marvel nerd. It just hit that special spot. I often shed tears. The last time I wept was when my wife was in the ICU and the radio constantly played the same song. Every trip to see her and back. Harry Styles. Adore You. Season 3 Episode 5 of Orville, which I watched 2 nights ago. A lot earlier because I had a panic attack at college. I think the last time was when I watched Digimon Adventure. Last Evolution. Which was a few years ago at this point. Been a long time. I should watch something sad soon. I'm a woman that never cries for some reason. I think the last time was in the 1990s. As a child, I was scolded for crying, so that may have something to do with it. I cried for the first time in about 6 years while studying for the bar exam, I think as a result of stress and just thinking generally about how passing would allow me to care for my parents. Last Saturday, I cried tears of joy because my so mentioned me very sweetly in the acknowledgement of his doctor thesis. It was a rough time for us because of all the stress. I'm glad it's over. Upside down face. I don't even remember. But I feel so emotionally numb lately that even when I feel like I need to, I just can't. This morning, reading about an old woman's regret that, as a child, she was rude to her ailing mother. Resolved to apologize the next morning. but her mother had died overnight. The death scene of Darth Vader but with live orchestra. I have never cried physically due to movies or series before. It probably sounds silly, but I cried when the vet put my cat to sleep. It was sad to watch as I stayed with him right till the end. Then, I cried again upon returning to an empty house with his cat toys around to remind me of his absence. In my life, yesterday, a dear friend died. When I woke up from nightmare. Saturday, when Ed Sheeran came on stage in Munich and I realized I've survived long enough to enjoy the moment I've been waiting for the last 5 years. A couple weeks ago, after waking up with another nighttime panic attack. Stress and worries are tiring. 2 months ago, Dad's funeral. Just yesterday, I was driving, when I just realized that my life just had made a turnaround. I was struggling for like 4 years until now. Finally back to where I want to be. Tears of happiness. Last time I cried was a little while ago. Had a hard time at my school and I kept having panic attacks and breakdowns throughout the day. So that's fun. A little bit about an hour ago. Laying in bed in agony and my wife accidentally bumped my leg, causing my back to spasm for 30 minutes. A few days ago, at the death of the Going Merry in One Piece,